Okay, I'm making a very quick getting started video here. Up here in the upper left hand corner I have mixer selected. Right here, right under the clear solo button, I have the main LR selected. This is kind of an important button here. So for 90% of what you're doing, you're going to want this main LR selected. Below it you have your 6 aux buses and your 4 stereo effects buses. So what we're going to do is we just want to do a very basic thing and make sound come out of one channel. Now I don't have the mixer hooked to anything, so but we'll just say, let's say we have a microphone plugged into channel 14, let's say. Alright, so one of the first things we're going to want to do is go and select channel 14, then we're going to click on the channel tab up top here. At that point, it brings up everything that's associated with that channel. The first thing we're going to concern ourselves with is the channel input. And so what we'll do is select the channel we want. In this case, we're going to select channel 14. Then we're going to go over here to the gain section, and we're going to talk into the microphone and bring up the gain. As we do, you'll see the meters move over here. And we want to just have the sound levels going up about, let's say, halfway for right now, just for a start, just because we're just trying to make sound come out. So we're going to go ahead and have it and talk into the microphone, and then as you're talking or singing into the microphone, you'll see the meter move here. You'll also see the meter move down here. The next thing you want to do is make sure that the channel is not muted. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the mute for that channel. We've gone ahead and we brought up the gain, and then we're in the main left and right. We have that selected. And now what we're going to do is first check to make sure our main left-right is not muted. You know, there it is muted. This is what it looks like in the off position. And then we're going to slowly bring up the main left and right fader. And then while singing or talking into the microphone or whatever it is that we have plugged into channel 14, we'll slowly bring this up. And as you bring it up, you should start to hear music playing. If you don't, bring this back down. Let's go over and click on select the channel that you want. And then this is another important thing, is for this channel, we want to make sure that the main left and right main stereo, that this here is selected. If this button is not selected, let me see if I can zoom in on that here. If that button is not selected, then no sound will come out the main speakers. Now I'm going to run down a couple other quick things here that we can do just to make sure. For one of the other things that you should do starting out is I want you to click on these main FX buttons here, down right here. I mean the FX buttons 1 through 4, and you're going to click on each one of them one at a time, and you're going to make sure that all 4 of these faders are down. It's real important. It's a rookie mistake. If you have any of these selected and these faders are moved up at all, it's going to cause you to have effects on your effects and with disastrous results. Now, when you have the main left and right selected, it's okay to move these up. In this case, my reverb and my delay, I can go ahead and move those up. But if you see, if I click on these, we have a touchscreen here. Each one of those selected, those 4 faders are all the way down. And again, if we don't want effects on the buses, we want to make sure that we do all the buses too. But for almost everything you're going to do here, you're going to make sure this main left and right here is lit up. And then you're going to make sure we don't have the mute on. You got to have the volume level for your main left and right. You got to have some gain brought up on your microphone input. And then you're going to bring your channel fader up, and you should start hearing noise, and just adjust it till it gets where you want. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is come back here to mixer. Actually, what I'll do here is go to in and out. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to click on in and out and select that for a second. And what I'm going to do is just show you quickly what I have set up here. For inputs, this is the other thing that's important, because you can do all sorts of tricky routing with this mixer. If you're just a beginner, you're not going to want to do any of that. So yours should look like this. Then if we go to main output, it should look like this. If we go to auxiliary outputs, it should look more or less like this. Now, you see I have this one selected over here, and that's because I'm using a subwoofer. If I wasn't using the subwoofer on auxiliary 6, I would go ahead and I'd have this one just look like all the others, including being the same color. You right click on it and make it, so this is the way your buses should all look for just doing monitors. So that's the input section, so we can close out of that. Now I'm going to come back here and I'm going to click on mixer up in here. So this shows everything that's going on with the mixer. These here show that I have the gates turned on these channels. Where it's grayed out, they're turned off. Same with the graphic equalizer, the parametric equalizer, and the compressors. So these in this case I have them all turned on. If you're a beginner, go to your channel. Again, we can go to the channel. We can turn the gate off. We can turn the equalizers off. We can turn the compressor off. And now when we go back to the mixer overview, you'll see for that channel, all these don't, you'll see how these particular ones don't have the green boxes. So those are turned off. That's some more advanced stuff that, after you get sound coming out, you can worry about turning the equalizer on and then eventually learning to deal with gates and compression and everything else. That should be just a good start to get you some sound coming out.